Happy Monday, everyone. Meteorologist Kaylee Bowers here. We are tracking a very strong and powerful hurricane brewing in the Gulf of Mexico. This morning, it became a Category 4 hurricane. It intensified from a Category 1 hurricane to a Category 4 hurricane in the matter of just a few hours, and can continue to intensify to a Category 5 hurricane by later on tonight. Now you can see, because those warm waters in the Gulf of Mexico helping it sustain its strength, but notice it will be downgrading just slightly to a Category 4 hurricane, eventually making landfall in western Florida as a Category 3 storm, impacting a good portion, not just of western Florida, but central Florida, eastern Florida. Anyone within this path will be impacted with very strong winds and that massive storm surge. So a lot of rain and some very strong winds are expected to impact the Florida coast between Wednesday night and Thursday morning. But then after that, it's going to move its way back out into the Atlantic, downgrade to a tropical depression. Really not expected to impact those in the Carolinas or in Georgia that were just impacted last week from Hurricane Helene, but still, it's a very powerful storm that will be impacting Florida. So, of course, send your thoughts and prayers to folks in the Sunshine State. Looking here locally, we are tracking some more sunshine, but also some slightly cooler temperatures. We're only in the mid-60s for this afternoon, but at least we are dry, so that sunshine helping us feel slightly warmer, but will be a cool night as those lows dip back down to low 40s with those mostly clear skies. But how about that sunset? 6 minutes after 7 p.m. So we're seeing later sunrises and earlier sunsets. Now heading out the door tomorrow for the bus stop, kids, take the jacket. It will be a chilly start to the day for tomorrow, slowly warming back up, but still somewhat cool for some of us. We'll be in the upper 60s tomorrow afternoon, but still tracking lots of sunshine. So looking at this hour by hour, it's definitely feeling and looking a lot like fall. We're seeing those temperatures go from the 40s to the 50s, eventually to the 60s, with that mixture of sunshine and clouds off and on for today, tomorrow, and also into the second half of the week. We're not tracking any rain chances here locally till the weekend. That pollen count actually looking pretty nice for those fall allergies, sitting at that low level for the next 4 days. And our drought monitor comes out every Thursday, so we have seen some improvements since last updated, but it is still some very dry conditions. But look at this. We're still seeing a decent amount of red in eastern and southern Ohio, but we're starting to see some more of those oranges and those yellows. It's still not good, but it's better than it was just a few weeks ago. And we saw a decent amount of rain last week. These next few days, still tracking a little bit of rain just in time for the weekend. But I'll tell you what, one thing we have been seeing, the northern lights in some areas. Now, there's still a very small chance to catch those northern lights for tonight, but then by Tuesday and Wednesday, it will lower back down. So it's still a very small chance. It's low, but however, that chance is still there. And of course, if you catch those photos or videos, send them to the WTOL 11 weather app. We love to showcase them both on air and online. Our air quality index looking fantastic for today, sitting in that good level right around a 23, so little to no risk is expected. Now, if you plan on being out on the lake today, it will be slightly cooler, seeing those temperatures in the 60s and in the 70s with mostly clear skies, but those waves about 2 to 4 feet and those winds coming out of the northwest about 15 to 20 knots. So we're forecasting right around 66 for today, just 3 degrees below average. So these next few days will be fairly seasonal temperatures, but then by the end of the week and the weekend, check that out. We are back in the mid 70s, warming up and then cooling back down next week. We're seeing those temperatures again fairly seasonal in the low to mid 60s. So we are tracking some slightly above average temperatures on the way, which is right on track with our 8 to 14 day temperature outlook. But as far as rainfall goes, yeah, we're still tracking some very dry conditions for the middle of October. We definitely need the rain, and eventually we will get it, just not the case for these next few days. So today we are still technically in the beginning to almost middle of October. So our average high again right around about 69 degrees. But in the next week, our average high will dip back down to right around 65. Right after Halloween, our average highs will be in the upper 50s. And then by the end of November, mid 40s. Yeah, it's just that time of year. It's October, it's fall. What do you expect? But along with these cooler temperatures, also tracking when the leaves will start changing. Now, typically here in Ohio and Michigan, we will see those leaves typically start to change mid to late October. Now, some places, because of those very dry conditions, the leaves were stressed. Some places have already seen those leaves change, if not even fall off the trees, but typically within the next week or so, we will start to see those leaves start to change. And if you love all this information, you can have it sent directly to your devices. Just search WTOL 11 Weather in the App Store. It's a free download and it's compatible with Apple and Android. And there's so much wonderful information, from your interactive radar to your hour-by-hour forecast to your extended forecast, plus videos sent from us here on the weather team directly to your devices. So go check that out. Our holiday countdown, we are 24 days away until Halloween, 27 days, less than 4 weeks away until daylight saving time. Thanksgiving is 52 days away, and then as far as the first day of winter goes, 75 days away with an average high of 38 degrees. It's all right. We're talking sunshine in mid-60s for today. Eventually it will be cooler, but not the case for these next several days. We'll see those temperatures in the mid to upper 60s and the low 70s with lots of sunshine. As of now, we will see that warm up by the end of the week and the weekend, and tracking the next best chance for rain Sunday and Monday. Have a great rest of your day.